In today's video, we're going to go over my 4 favorite core exercises for softball players. So if you're writing your own softball workout, whether it's for your team or for yourself, you want something to do at home or at the field that doesn't require a lot of equipment, then core exercises can obviously have a big benefit, especially for younger players who don't have a lot of core strength or lateral hip strength, which is really important in softball. Then integrating a good, simple, easy to use strength program can make a big difference. So if you're a coach and you're willing to put in the time to make a workout for your team, then bravo, because it's so much work coaching a team, right? Just the organization, all that stuff. So my goal here today is to make that a little bit easier on you. I'm going to give you my 4 best core exercises for softball. Okay, so core exercise for softball, number 1 is the plank lock off. And this is a really simple exercise to do. You're just going to sort of get in a plank position and you're going to tap your hands. Let's go through it.
Okay, so this is the plank lock off, which is a great simple core exercise. So I'm going to start in a push-up position, and then I'm going to alternate touches to my chest while trying to keep my hips and core without rotating. I want to keep them square to the ground as much as I can. I'm going to keep my hands underneath my body, so not let them get up here or down here, just like right below my shoulders as I alternate going slowly and keeping my hips as square to the floor as I can.
Okay, core exercise number 2 is the marching plank. This is actually kind of challenging exercise. It's great for your core. It's also good for your glutes and for your hamstrings, which it's just sort of like a double duty exercise. So let's check it out.
Okay, so this is the marching plank, which is a combination of a core exercise and sort of like a hamstring and glute exercise. So to do this, I'm going to get on my elbows. You can also do it on your hands. We're basically just going to get in a good plank position, the good flat back, and then I'm going to march up and down, keeping my legs stiff.
Okay, core exercise for softball number 3 is the side plank. The side planks are really underrated. Not only do they get the lateral part of your core, your obliques, but they also really strengthen your lateral hips, which is something that's important for hitting. It's important for throwing. It's important for ACL and meniscus tear injury prevention, because women have an ACL injury rate 10 times that of men. So getting some lateral hip strength is really important because the lateral hips control the knees. So when you have strong lateral hips, they help prevent your knees from sort of caving in, which is the way a lot of those ACL and meniscus injuries happen. So our next exercise is the side plank.
This is a side plank. It's a good exercise for like the side of your core. What we're gonna do is get into a position where I have my elbow on the ground and my feet on the ground. And what I'm gonna do is get my body as straight as I can. I don't wanna be bent over or hunched over. I wanna be all the way straight. Think about being tall almost. And you're gonna lift your hips off the ground. Other hand is gonna go here. You're just gonna try to get your hips extended, get your body in a good straight line. Make sure you're not like twisted one way or the other. So try to be as like neutral as possible. I'm just gonna hold that position for 15, 30 seconds or a minute, whatever's on your program. And you should feel this right in the right side of your body, right in that torso, as you hold that body position. Then when you're done on that side, you're gonna switch sides. Now you're gonna be working the left side of your core. So we're gonna, again, get the knees extended, get the hips extended. Try to make yourself as tall as possible. As we're doing this, we're breathing, not holding our breath, taking big, deep belly breaths, and staying extended.
Okay, so our last exercise here for softball that's going to work your core, that's going to be great for at the field, is the bear crawl. So this is challenging. You have to really kind of take your time. You have to be kind of strict on form. It's also a little more fun. It's more engaging. So having exercises that players don't find like super tedious and just really hate, it's always a benefit. So keeping players engaged is great. This is the bear crawl.
So these are bear crawls. This is a really good exercise for shoulder stability, core stability, core control, all that kind of stuff. What we're gonna do is get into what's called a quadruped position. So I got my knees and my hands on the ground, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. My ankles are gonna be like this, so they're not gonna be, my toes aren't gonna point back. My toes are gonna kind of point right into the floor. From there, I'm gonna squeeze my abs tight, lift my knees about an inch off the ground. Now I'm gonna work on slowly and under control, just kind of walking forward, just like that. So what we don't wanna do is kind of like lurch forward like that. We wanna try to move slow under control and make sure we're not kind of slamming our hands into the ground. We want to think about trying to put our hands down easy, and we're trying to keep our shoulder blades pushed apart as we do that. Just going to walk slowly for about 15 to 20 yards. Then we're going to reverse it. We're going to walk back the other way.
Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this video on my favorite 4 exercises for core strength for softball. So if you're putting together a softball workout for your team, again, my hat goes off to you because, again, there's so much preparation in being a coach. And if you have the time to try to put together something to make your players a little bit better, then that's awesome. I mean, there's just so much going on. And one of the biggest, most overrated things for fast pitch players is their strength and conditioning. The biggest, strongest, fastest, most physical players, those are the ones who are getting recruited by colleges first. Those are the ones who are going to have an easier time to make their varsity team. So it's something that we've seen, because I used to own a baseball softball academy called Warbird Academy. We loved working with female athletes because they have so much to gain. They have tremendous attitudes. They're very hard workers. And we just see the confidence grow. We see the strength and the power. They can play different positions. They can transform as players. So I really applaud your efforts to put more exercises into their practices, give them something to take home, and just keep working for your players. So thanks again for watching. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button below. You can turn on notifications so you get notified when I put out a new video. Share this with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one.